Normally I wouldn't approach ya without a formal introduction. Never been the type to move fast, but feeling early eruption. Now tell me, are you down with that? Once you ride with me, ain't no coming back. I need a monkey, come hold me down. A real queen, now come wear this crown. Now we rockin' like, oh, holler out flex. Now we rockin' like, oh, I'll tell you what's next. Now we rockin' like, oh, holler out flex. Now we rockin' like, oh, I'll tell you what's next.
Trying to figure this out. All right, yo, what's up? This is my first episode. Man, it took me about an hour to figure out how to record this thing, but these boys over here roasting me this whole time. But welcome to the Subtle Flex. This is my first episode. I got two of my homeboys that I'm usually on the phone with. I thank God that I have them because my thumbs be hurting trying to talk smack to Walk because he always trying to say something outrageous. But these are my two boys that I met in Japan. This is my boy T.Vogt and D.Walker. So when you hear us talking, you're going to hear either Oos, Vote, or Walk. And those are the names that we always just called each other while we were out there. So say what's up, y'all. Can y'all hear? Okay. You know, because I'm still. I'm still, and he got his. You see, he got his Knicks hat on too, and he made sure he didn't wear his bulky headset so he can see the whole hat. You know what I'm saying? First of all, how y'all feel about y'all team so far?
Trash.
Listen, I was the most excited person to begin the season after All-Star break.
Oh man, you slowly stopped. You slowly stopped texting in the chat.
I'm back down to earth. I had to beat him a couple times, brought him back down.
Hey man, your team ain't even making the play in. Don't talk. All right, but keep on.
We beat y'all, so it don't matter.
So speaking of the play, Speaking of the play-in, is it me? Speaking of, can you see me? Oh, that's Walk. You see, that's that. That's that Colorado stuff right there. You up in the mountains and stuff. You need some better signal over there, huh? Where you at? Where you come from? The gym?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I came from Whole Foods and Costco's.
I see. Here you go, Mr. Whole Foods. I picked the carrot out of the garden straight out and ate it. Look, hey, I was just bringing this up right now because you brought it up and you were real passionate about it. So I need you to start talking about it. How you feel about this play-in tournament?
I understand why they did it, but I hate it because I just feel like either you make it or you don't. Like, if I'm a team and I'm, what is it, 7 through 8 or 7 through 10, if I'm 7 and 8, I feel like I earned that spot. And that's not even guaranteed to make the playoffs. I understand why the NBA did it. You know, they want people to compete and they don't want them to tank. But I hate it. Like, I just hate it. Like,
so explain the whole play-in tournament for those that don't understand that.
All right, so you got the original 1 through 8, and then now 1 through 6 is the only playoff teams guaranteed to make the playoffs. So at the end of the season, the 7th seed will play the 8th seed, and the 9th seed will play the 10th seed. So when the 7th seed and the 8th seed play, the loser of that will play the winner of the 9th and the 10th seed. And the loser of the 9th and 10th seed is automatically eliminated.
Man, I was so heartbroken last year because, you know, my Warriors, even though we didn't have Clay, we still had that. I forgot the 8th seed. We had to fight with the Lakers, and you know, LeBron hit that fadeaway while they were like in traditional playoffs, like they didn't make it. So like they ended up winning off of that last second shot. And I'm sitting here like, man, they're giving chances to losing squads right now. And the Lakers are about to do it right now. Like the Lakers are about to have a losing season. Shout out to Demir because, you know, he a big Laker fan, but he's kind of delusional, right? But I just don't like that. I really don't like how a team that's 9th and 10th has a chance. And especially if best case scenario, the Lakers go 40 and 42. You know how I feel about below 500 records making the playoffs. They're like, you're not.
Lakers already got 44 losses.
All right. Well, no, I'm saying like best case scenario when I first saw like them fighting for that 9th or 8th place, it didn't make sense to me. What you feel about that, Vote?
I'm on the opposite side of y'all because my opinion
of course you are
that bad. if they really that bad, we'll lose to them. So I mean,
but it's one game though, so
don't matter.
anything
Don't
can
lose.
happen.
Nah, don't lose, dog. The better squad should win, right?
no.
Should win.
No,
Listen,
that's
if
why
Bruce,
basketball don't.
if I go like this from half court and
I
goes
get what you're
in,
saying. Get what you're saying, hey, but the game should have been that close. Should have took care of business, dog.
this is
You the better
man.
team, prove it.
That's,
You the
that's
better team,
that.
prove it.
That's that New York Nick in you right there. Because if y'all want to make that last
Hey,
shot
we ain't even
against
gonna
any of
play
them,
it.
hey,
We're not even making no play in, so it don't matter.
I'm gonna give you an example, Vogue. Right, the
Go
Minnesota
ahead.
Timberwolves are the 7th seed. They're 43-34. It's a potential that they cannot make the playoffs if
No
they just
problem.
mess up one game.
Not my problem.
And they're having a great season.
The playoffs, bring it, baby. I mean, what we talking about, bro?
But it's not the
We
playoffs.
talking
You're
about.
playing
I
to
don't
get
care.
into the playoffs.
It's a playoffs at that point. It's like the wild
No, the
card.
playing.
The wild card in
No,
NFL. It's the same shit.
no, it's
Now
not.
win to get in, dog. Win to get in.
Man,
I kind of agree
Win to
with
get
Vote
in.
on that. That's
Win to
it
get
is a
in.
wild
Hey,
card, but
you
I
the better
just don't.
squad. You the better squad. Prove it.
It's, I get that, but like what he's saying is that one game type of
Hey,
deal is
Walt mad
different.
as hell.
It's different though, because you gotta understand, like, man, like one look, you literally can press square and you have 50-50 chances going in. Like, or if you're the analog person, you use the joystick to hit the shot. It's like, okay, you're gambling, and if you make it, you guys make it in. I get what
Understand
you're
what you're
saying
saying.
too. I get what you're saying
That's
though.
what I'm
It's like,
saying,
okay,
though. Shouldn't even had a chance to
don't.
be there. I get it.
I don't
But
know.
at the
I
same
feel like
time,
it
at the
just
same
dilutes to
time,
me. It dilutes the regular season a little bit.
because I mean, teams are still quote unquote being more competitive and not tanking on purpose once they get to that point. Because like, let's look at it at the Lakers standpoint, right? They battling for the 10th seed, right? If there was no 10th seed, we wouldn't see none of their stars play for probably the rest of the year because they've been getting hurt all year long. They wouldn't play no more. They would start their rehab now. Fans wouldn't get to see that. They'd be sitting out and they'd be tanking on purpose, trying to get high picks. Got rid of that like you said in the beginning. You understand why they went to a business side. It's more games, more revenue, blah 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 blah. It makes
this.
sense
I don't think.
logistically.
I don't think so though. Like
But I could,
it's still a
but I
lottery.
could
It's not
also,
like
Y'all
NFL.
caught
Like
y'all caught up. Y'all caught up on the fact that a 10th seed can knock an 8 seed out the playoffs. Hey, be better, dog. That's all I'm saying.
but
no, it's
that's
not even that. It's the fact that, okay, I can also say that teams are relaxing a little bit in the regular season because they know they have to play in. Maybe the Lakers wouldn't be 10 right now if it was only 1-8. Maybe LeBron wouldn't have missed as many games. Maybe Anthony
Because
Davis would have
it
came back early.
ain't LeBron's problem. It's AD. So
It's not just
and
AD's fault. It's
it
LeBron's
wasn't no
fault
him
too.
coming back. Nah, it ain't no
It's
him
his fault
coming back.
too.
He
It's his fault too. This is the
repoed
worst
as
Lakers
hell.
team in history if they don't make the playoffs.
Ain't gonna go that far, but that's all right.
No, it is.
explain that walk. Break it down.
At the beginning of the season, people like myself picked them to win the title. If you pick, I
Hype.
pick you to win it. It don't
You
Hype.
matter.
picked the
You got
Russell Westbrook
LeBron
team to
James.
make the finals.
I trust in LeBron.
I ain't
So
gonna say nothing because I've been really
if
wrong every year with
you
y'all.
pick to win the title at the beginning of the season and now you don't even make the playoffs, that's worse than any Kobe team. None of them Kobe's team when they was losing was picked to win the championship.
I get you.
So yeah, LeBron is dropping 30 points a game and 80 is hurt, but you got two top 15
Hold on,
players in your team.
there's no bust right there, right? I was great to stop you right there because let's say Kobe's team was Shaq, right? They was picked to win a title. If Shaq get hurt, there is no title, and we know this.
But they make the playoffs.
He's supposed to be number one option. Let's
They
be
make
honest about it,
playoffs.
bro. LeBron, what 37? Come on, man.
Great. They make playoffs though.
We can't
But
keep
that's
expecting
LeBron's
this
fault.
man. We can't keep
No,
expecting this man to play at the level he's been playing at the last decade. We can't.
I'm not saying that.
Gotta
But
stop that.
when you at LeBron caliber level, like
Absolutely.
you have I don't think LeBron can take a back seat. He has to be the best player on the team. Kobe couldn't
Absolutely,
take a
but
back
when
seat.
your second
Jordan
best is
couldn't take a
out,
back
what you gonna
seat.
do?
You got
Second
Westbrook
best
still.
out.
You got Westbrook.
Be honest about your opinion with Westbrook, though.
I think he sucked.
Don't get caught up in the hype. Though. That's what I'm saying.
But you
Picked him to
got
win
four
off of hype.
people. You got four, potentially five people on your team that was in the top 75 of people that ever played the game in basketball. I'm not trying to hear it.
When Westbrook agreed to even go to Lakers, everybody had their expectations about, I don't think that's going to work because Russell ball dominant, right? And so is LeBron. And then you got AD who needs to be the number one option, so he needs the ball.
So is
It's not
Melo.
gonna work. It's not gonna work. And let's be honest, bro. Westbrook can't shoot. That was a bad
Okay,
pickup. It was a
he
bad
never
pickup.
can shoot. He can never shoot.
How does he fit in when you got 3 motherfuckers that need to get to the rim?
Vote. If I told you at the beginning of the season that even with AD hurt, would the Lakers have a worse record than the Pelicans? Would you believe me? Now the Pelicans are missing
I won't
Zion.
believe you.
The
Yeah,
Pelicans
I
are
won't
missing
believe you.
Zion.
Let's not
The
talk about
Clippers have a better
Zion,
record.
bro.
The Clippers have a
believe
better record. The Clippers have a better record than the Lakers. They just got Paul George back yesterday. So what's
I
the
agree.
excuse for
I
that?
agree with you. I wouldn't have thought that. I agree with you.
The Nuggets, they're missing their second best player. The Warriors, they've been hurt all year. These are all teams that are better than the Lakers. Luka Doncic, who name the second and third best player on his team. So we can't keep making excuses. The Memphis Grizzlies, who are number 2,
Nice though.
are 19-2 without Ja Morant this year.
You're nice. Got a nice squad over there.
But y'all got Melo, Dwight Howard, Westbrook. Come on, bro. I'm not trying to hear that.
Hey,
It's
don't
sad,
talk
bro.
about Melo. It's a little sensitive subject for Vogt right there.
You know my boy. Is
The
prime,
the, pro-
man.
the problem with the Lakers is they're old and they can't guard a parked car. The Houston Rockets, Jalen Green even said like, "Hey, we going after Melo." Y'all, they suck.
They
suck.
old and injury prone. You're
Hey,
right.
LeBron done. He ain't never win a title again.
He won't.
He too old.
Might leave.
This
You
is
never
young.
know.
This is a young man's game.
But what if the Warriors drafted his son? You know he's gonna follow.
Man, Bronny hype.
I better. Hey, yeah, he is
Bronny
hype.
ain't even that good.
He is
Bronny
hype.
ain't that good.
But guess what?
He
It
ain't
was
that good.
that's kind of business if you hear about it, because that rumor saying that LeBron's gonna go wherever his son go. We know he trash, but if they know that they can get LeBron with his son, they gonna draft his son so he can get LeBron for the low.
Wake up, man. Yeah, so we
Hey,
need Kyrie and Durant next season.
It's funny that you mentioned the top 75 or whatever, right? How do y'all feel about that list? And also the snubs. I want to talk about the snubs.
Yep.
I'm a little so listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. Y'all probably gonna argue this, but do you think, all right, so I'm gonna ask one and then I'm gonna ask another question on top of that. You think that my boy Dame Dollar deserves to be 75?
Hell no.
All right, so look, I'm gonna tell you like this. As you got bro, you know this in this chat that I'm his #1 fan, bro. That's my boy all time, right? Him and Jason Kidd, you know, Bay Area, everything. I'm a support. I totally agree. I agree that even though he had some great like career-wise stuff and he's carried a team to the Western Conference Finals, I don't think he's top 75 either, right? The biggest snub we should all agree on is Dwight Howard. Like, I don't get how Dwight Howard is not a top 75 player. This man carried a team to Orlando. Even when Tim Donaghy is snitching on the league, saying that he even fixed Kobe versus LeBron, because you got to remember 2009. Do you remember those Foot Locker puppet commercials? It was LeBron versus. They were trying to make that happen. Tim Donaghy, I watched his little snitching video where he's telling like referees know how to call fouls so they can add points, but you couldn't call fouls when Hedo Turkoglu, Rashard Lewis are 3-point shooters. You can't call fouls on like if they're not getting physical with you, because they shooting it and they were making that. So it was like, man, they could even cheat that one. And to have Dwight Howard be the face of that franchise carrying them, I was like, how does he not make top 75?
Because it's a popularity contest.
It definitely is. But how you feel about it? Because I seen your face, Walt.
You know who I'm rooting for automatically. T-Mac.
Too many injuries, man. That's
I ain't trying to hear that. What? Based on what? I could compare him to your boy Carmelo Anthony.
Don't even start.
Let me hear it.
Carmelo Anthony ain't never made an All-NBA first team a day in his life in his career. So he's a great player. T-Mac has made two.
He ain't deserve it.
Who? When?
Melo ain't never deserved it.
I'm not saying he ain't deserved it.
Denver years. I'm just saying
T-Mac, he made all NBA teams. He never made all NBA first team. There was a time when T-Mac was compared to Kobe. Kobe said he's the hardest person he ever had to guard in the NBA ever.
So diluted sometimes though, Walk. Let's be honest about it. These awards be diluted sometimes.
Melo ain't never averaged 32 points a game in the season. I'm just saying.
What was Melo's best? I'm about to look that up while y'all talking. Go ahead, Walt.
I'm on it. You ain't even gotta. I'm about to tell you right now, because I mean, for career
Here's the
wise,
problem with first teams, right? Here, I'll just use
Melo
another
has averaged
example.
28.9 in 2007. That was his best year.
But what I'm saying is my problem with the first team stuff, right? Is you got people winning Defensive Player of the Year when they're second team all defense, and you got dudes who are first team all defense not winning that award.
That's
How
one
does that
year.
even add up?
That's
And
LeBron and Rudy Gobert.
what?
That's 1 year though.
No, it's not.
How's that add up?
2012. LeBron didn't get Defensive Player of the
That's
Year on
year.
Gasol.
That's the year I'm talking.
Tyson Chandler also was a defensive player. You know how I am with these little personal accolades, and you just brought it up about it's a popularity vote. Because Tyson Chandler won Defensive Player of the Year, even though he didn't make first team. I was like, how do you do that? It doesn't make sense to me.
But Us, answer me this: was there a time when there a time when there was a debate if T-Mac was the best player in the NBA?
Yes, always. Yes, it was.
Was there ever a debate if Carmelo Anthony was the best player in the NBA?
Ooh, I don't know about that, but I would say
just because Kobe was around. No, because Kobe was around.
That's what I was gonna bring. I was gonna bring the Mamba. It's because of Mamba.
T-Mac was arguing.
What I'm saying is you had Kobe and LeBron. That's the only reason.
Yeah, Kobe, LeBron, and he was always third. Even Wade at the time. There was heavier, like back.
T-Mac, it was T-Mac, Kobe, AI, Vince Carter. Like T-Mac wasn't just running through the league with some bums.
No, absolutely. But the problem is, T-Mac didn't do that long wise. I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree. T-Mac's a phenomenal basketball player. He's a legend. I'm not disagreeing with that. The problem is longevity. It's always been a longevity thing with
he played 16 seasons, bro. He played 16
seasons, but he was hurt for how many of them?
How many games did he play per season? Because I could play 2 games and be like, yeah, I played 1 season.
Think about his time with the Spurs. He didn't even play. He was on a team.
Melo ain't been relevant for the last 4 years.
Stop it, bro.
I've seen that comeback from it. It's like, well, it's not. But like, he does have
about the top 75. We're talking about the top 75. This ain't directly to Melo, bro.
No, but he's also saying. Well, are you saying he should make it before Melo?
I'm not saying Melo should, but like T-Mac should have definitely made it before Damian Lillard. He should definitely made it before. He should definitely made it before Anthony Davis.
I don't think we're disagreeing here. I think he was a snub. I don't think we're disagreeing. I think the reason that he was a snub is because of longevity purposes. That's what I was getting at. Looked at that like,
Dame Lillard don't got longevity.
They projection. That pick is off projection because he's still quote unquote young. Projecting that he's going to be better and be at this spot on the list of it. I mean, think about Harden, right? 5 years ago, people were talking about how Harden was going to be a top shooting guard of all time. He wasn't there yet. People were
top 75.
But I'm saying is they were projecting to be top 5 shooting guard of all time, and he wasn't there yet. But people were talking about it.
I didn't like
shooting guards ever played a game.
I didn't like
shooting guards ever played a game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those projection things. Like it isn't factual, right? Because it hasn't happened yet. Damian Lillard, God forbid, could hurt himself, never play another game, and never play again. He's on the top 75 list, but if you look at his accolades currently, that's not top 75 compared to some of the people that were on the list.
Yeah,
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard to me is the ultimate snub for me. Like I'll put Dwight Howard over any other snub.
But Dwight Howard's been getting disrespected the last 8 years. Dwight Howard's been getting disrespected. You know what I mean? Like that's not a surprise.
It's just it really hurts me because like man, like when you really watch basketball when Dwight Howard was playing, this man was dominant. Like I used to like he was cheese on 2K. Like as soon as you give him the ball, he's dunking on anybody. Anybody. Like
what you used to say all the time? What you say all the time, Walt? What can you do for me now? What can you do for me now? That's what that is.
But see, he's playing that's a thing about basketball now. Is like he's in the wrong era. Like if imagine Dwight like a little bit further into the late 90s, early 2000s instead of where he went. Like even though he was dominant, I get why people don't want to see him because they like, oh, he's not like Embiid. He can't shoot a 3 or like like they're comparing bigs now to him. It's like, bro, you don't understand Dwight Howard, the one I used to watch. This man used to jump. He could have just snagged the ball out the air, but he used to just send it like just jump vertically. Wow, just like he could have man.
Like, yeah, and the only person like I really feel like and that's biased, like Derrick Rose. He got an MVP.
Didn't make it. That's crazy.
Everybody has ever won MVP in the league has even made the Hall of Fame. Derrick Rose won't make the Hall of Fame, and he has an MVP.
I disagree that too. I'm glad he brought that topic up because every MVP makes it, right? I think for the NBA to protect their shield, they have to make him go in. Not only that, like they're sent like the Hall of Fame is watered down to me. They're just
It is.
they're like
Everybody gets in.
yeah.
I think regardless he makes it because of his role, the way he's adapted and became the sixth man, changed that role. He's been in that role very well. Granted, he has his hiccups where he still battles with injuries a little bit, but when he is healthy, he's still playing. I won't call it an elite level, but he's still playing at a high level of basketball. He still
Man,
does what he needs to do, and he still controls the game, right? So I think he'll still get in because of its. If you never got hurt, we know where you would be because after your injury, you still came back and still performed how your coaches asked you.
adjusting to that stuff because he's never been explosive anymore.
Absolutely.
I just feel like people are gonna say Derrick Rose was only really good for 2-3 years. That's it. So
They probably could say that, but
and
numbers can back him up
basketball
though.
reference, Basketball News has Derrick Rose having 11.9% chance of making the Hall of Fame.
There's a chance.
He did, but he wasn't good. He was good his rookie year. Second year he won MVP. Third year he got hurt. He's been washed ever since. So are we gonna give him MVP on 3 years?
So you know why? Because NBA wants to. So NBA's Hall of Fame or any Hall of Fame in sports, right? They want to tell the person's story, right? He is the youngest to ever win a Hall of Fame. I mean, MVP. So why would you not have his story up there saying, yeah, he was at this height as a young age, never been done, broke down and came back up. But it's a story, and they're gonna want that story because
they go on stats, awards, achievements.
3 good years though, because his third year when he got hurt, he was balling out too.
Yeah, but like, what has he achieved?
We all know it's MVP injury, though.
Yes, you're right.
I get that. It's the same reason why T-Mac didn't make the 75 list.
Absolutely, but it's different.
He didn't make the 75, but he's a Hall of Famer, right?
Exactly.
But T-Mac has had at least 7 to 8 good
years. Yeah, I get it. Longevity. But I feel like first ballot.
I don't think it matters because of the MVP.
No. The MVP is the reason why he's going to make it. So look.
First, but he will.
So look. So is Rondo a Hall of Famer?
He's a winning Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
Based on winning. I don't think he's a Hall of Fame player per se.
Individually, yes, I agree. He's going in because of team accolades.
Is a game.
But my Hall of Fame list is way stricter than what the NBA does.
Right.
But Rondo,
I am the same way.
I don't think Klay Thompson's a Hall of Fame player. I don't think Draymond Green is a Hall of Fame player. They're great for their team. The Warriors would not have won a championship without them. But as individual players, I don't look at them and say, man, they some of the best dudes I've ever seen play this game. And no.
Oh, so Draymond, Draymond, I agree. Klay, I have to disagree with that one. He's gonna make it. He's not first ballot. He's not first. He's a gold medalist. Outside of his championship rings.
But see, I don't even like the gold medal argument.
He has records.
Like now it's changing now, and the world is catching up. Bro, we got the best players in the world. Maybe not today, but for the most part, we got the best players. So you win the world, like, okay, cool.
LeBron is considered a GOAT, and he has a bronze medal.
LeBron?
Yeah, he has a bronze medal.
Compare LeBron and Klay Thompson.
Right, but what I'm saying, but yeah, who doesn't have a bronze medal, Klay or LeBron? I'm not comparing. I'm trolling on that. But what I'm saying is, you said, everyone gets a gold medal for the U.S. Well, LeBron is considered top 2 all time and has a bronze medal in his trophy case. Same thing with Melo. I didn't want to throw that in there, Vogt, but my bad. Like I get what you're saying, but
I'm not asking but what makes Klay Thompson a Hall of Fame player?
He's one of the top 5 shooters of all time, right? His efficiency in 3-point shooting, right? Even though he's not considered like Steph, like changing the game, he's up there with the best shooters. And then you have records that he breaks. This man only dribbled how many times to score 30 plus? And then majority of that was in a quarter. And then
has dropped 60 points in the game.
And that's another person that's another person I feel like he's borderline to me.
That I didn't catch.
Because my beef with Klay is I just feel like he's a product of the system he's in. I don't look at when I say Hall of Fame players, I have to look at you and say, You could be the number one option on the team. I don't think Klay Thompson can be a number one option on the team. Could be. I don't think Klay Thompson could be a number one option.
I think he
If
will
Klay
be.
Thompson, no, if
Oh,
Klay
where's
Thompson's your
Buck?
best player,
Where's Buckner
you're
at?
screwed. You're screwed.
I think he
You're
will.
screwed.
I think he
He
will
doesn't have the
eventually.
skill set. He doesn't have the skill set to be a number one player.
I think
No,
we know that.
not at all. We know that.
He
We
doesn't
agree
put,
that. But
he
how
does
many
not put the
non?
ball on the ground.
But how
Why
many
doesn't he-
non?
System isn't set up for him to be the number one option currently. Know this.
But
We've seen him win without Steph. We've seen it.
no, we
He's
haven't.
number one option. What are you talking about?
When's he won
Wasn't
without
hurt.
Steph?
Steph wasn't hurt in the playoffs, and they won.
When?
What year was that? 2000.
They've
Don't
never
ask
won
me
anything
because I
without
don't
Steph.
recall that.
He came back. Yes, they had. He came back. He came back.
No.
Yeah,
He was out for.
he was
like,
Superman
like
for
three
games.
series.
Yeah, he's Superman the
It's like
game
2
in
or 3
two.
games in a series.
But I get what Walker's saying though, the long haul, because you can have those 2-3 games of saving a group, but like, can you do that for 82 games?
I'm put like this. I'm put like this. Klay Thompson will make the Hall of Fame based on his team's success.
Absolutely.
But Klay Thompson,
Oh, yes,
all
of course.
team, he only has one all defensive team. He doesn't have any other accolades besides that championship. That like he's gonna get in off of that. He's not gonna get in because he's just so good. Like T-Mac and Melo are getting in because even though their teams
Individual.
weren't good and they'd never done anything, you can look at them and say, okay, that dude's fucking amazing. Day in and day out. Klay Thompson might have a 50-point game here and there, but he's not doing it every day like Curry is. Curry's gonna be Curry regardless.
I think it was unfair for Klay because he was supposed to take a back seat to Curry. Right? That's why I said I don't think we've actually be given an opportunity to actually see Klay be the guy. Well, you need to be playing with Curry.
And this is but this is how I was with Klay when we used to have Buck in this chat, because he can't do exactly what Walk said. He can't put the ball on the ground and create like Steph can. This is why Steph is the greatest shooter of all time. It's not his spot up only. This man can dribble 1,000 times and just chuck it up. Boom. Klay, he has his 1 or 2 like moves, but he don't have like that bag to be like dribble shot, or create on his own like that. Because that man,
where do you rank Klay? Where do you rank Klay in the NBA?
When Steph
right now,
when Steph is not on, who picks up the slack?
Yes.
Who
picks up the slack? Who picks up the slack for Jordan if he's fucking up? Right. Yeah, you have there's a reason why you stack your team. There's days where you're gonna have so often.
This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but that's a Robin role.
Okay, CJ McCollum is a perfect example. CJ McCollum is a perfect example. When Dame is out,
what are we talking about?
They're on the same level to me. He's a better defender for sure, but
yeah, I was gonna say
second option player. He's a second option. Where would you rank Klay in NBA right now? Is he top 10? Hell no.
We can't. We can't. We really can't compare. No. Let's go 2019 before. Oh, he's still top 5 shooting guards right now.
No, players.
You can't do that. He's not the number one option. Stop it, Walk. Can't do that.
I'll still take Klay over a lot of players, though. You name them right now, and then I can say yes or no.
10?
Look, okay.
I didn't say 10.
Embiid,
no.
Kevin Durant.
No.
Giannis.
No.
LeBron James.
No.
Steph Curry. I'm saying James Harden. I'm at 6. I'm just saying. Let me know. James Harden is better than Klay Thompson. Stop it.
On one side of the ball, I agree.
Is Klay Thompson? Will Klay Thompson ever win MVP? Will Klay Thompson ever win MVP?
In Brooklyn, Harden was better than Klay ever was in his
career. James Harden was amazing in Brooklyn up until this year. He was leading the league in assists. I'm just saying. He led the league in assists before. He led the league in scoring. I'm just saying that's something, right? When LeBron James' legacy is over, people are going to say he's top 10 in scoring and assists.
Different context.
Okay. Jokic is better than him. John Morant is better than Klay Thompson. Luka is better than Klay Thompson. Kawhi, Anthony Davis.
No second option better. There's no second options better than him.
Anthony Davis.
I like that.
I would argue that Anthony Davis and LeBron are both number one options playing on the same team. That's a straight up. That's legit.
It's a Lakers mentality, though.
Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker. Come on, Bradley Beal is better than Klay Thompson.
No, he's not.
Jimmy Butler. Give me Jimmy Butler over Klay Thompson. Give me Chris
Depends on
Paul
what,
over
depends
Klay
on what Jimmy
Thompson.
Butler we're getting.
Give me
Yeah,
Trey
but
Young over Klay
you're not
Thompson.
giving me
Give me
Bradley
Donovan
Beal.
Mitchell over Klay Thompson. Give me Jalen Brown, a number 2 option
So,
over
all
Klay
right.
Thompson.
So before we continue with that, we're talking about in their prime each, like every single person's prime. You're gonna take those guys over Clay. The reason why, you know how I am. I'm two-way player always first before I think about being one
This
dominant.
is what I
Like,
say. This is why I take Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, the Wizards suck.
yes, I get.
And
So
Bradley,
I get
listen,
it.
Bradley Beal's the best player. If Klay Thompson is the best player on the Wizards, do I think that they're better without? No, they're not.
Yes.
Bradley
So
Beal
okay,
is
I
a
see what you're
better
saying.
number 1 option. He can score. He can do more. Klay Thompson game is come off the screens. Klay Thompson not going to put the ball on the ground and mix you up. That's not his game.
But
He's
all
catch
right.
and
So
shoot.
this is why
But
the way Klay Thompson plays, he cut off the same cloth as Reggie Miller and Ray Allen and Rip Hamilton. Off like what you said, it's off of screens. How many of those three are in the Hall of Fame or going to be?
you said who? Ray Allen is definitely in the Hall of Fame.
Reggie
But
Miller,
Ray Allen,
Was Reg.
yeah, okay,
Rip
Reggie,
Hamilton.
But Ray Allen turned into that. Ray Allen turned into the catch and shoot.
He definitely used to be.
Seattle
Yes,
Right.
yes,
and
yes,
Milwaukee
yes,
Ray
yes.
Allen.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's
Mm.
different, right? No, he turned
Rip
into that
Hamilton.
with the Sonics.
Rip Hamilton is going to be like Klay Thompson. He's a product of winning. Rip Hamilton, as an individual player, is not a Hall of Fame player by no
At
means.
all.
He's a
Right,
product of winning.
right.
Now, Reggie Miller, who I am very biased against, he's a Hall of Fame player, but he also never did nothing really. I mean, granted, he was losing to Michael Jordan, but
Oh my god.
if you look at Reggie
You
Miller's
dislike
career,
Reggie
is
so much, bro.
That's your
not, bro.
favorite. That's your favorite player.
That's my boy.
Reggie
Got
Miller
mad at me
made
for
like
putting
3
Reggie in the
All-Star
top
Oh,
games in
10.
his
where's
career.
we need Buck
Still
in
got
this?
them all-star
Talk
games,
about
bro.
Reggie Miller.
We ain't bringing Buck into nothing.
All right. So we were talking about this, right? And while we are discussing it, it triggered a question for y'all. Y'all talked about longevity. Y'all talked about injuries. Out of all those great players that y'all know, because y'all have really a plethora of knowledge on NBA, who's your top 2 players that were hurt that you know for sure would have been All-Stars, Hall of Fame, and all that good shit? Because for me, Grant Hill's there, right? Didn't he make the Hall of Fame? I gotta look that up. Did he make the Hall of Fame?
I think he's Hall of Fame with the injury, regardless.
But you got to think the Hall of Fame isn't just NBA; it's also
Yeah,
college
you're
and all
right.
that.
You're right. And that's where I
So it's
disagree. That's
hard
why the
to.
NBA needs to have their own stuff. They need to have like the NFL. They need to have their own Hall of Fame because Melo. No offense, vote like Melo's national championship is gonna help him like catapult because he got that. If say he doesn't have a
I think
ring,
he
right?
gets in without it. I say he gets in without it.
With just gold medals.
No,
He's got gold medals and
that's
his
why
early success in his career.
his gold medals and
His early success
his
in his career.
college is the bulk of it.
I think
He's the most
I
winning
just
player
say
in the Olympics. He's
I think he gets in without his college ring. I still
Yeah.
think he gets in the NBA Hall of Fame.
Okay, so
Because
Grant Hill did make it. He did make the Hall of Fame, so I can't use him.
Everybody makes
Even
it,
with his
bro.
injury, though, Grant
Everybody.
Hill was going to make it. Even with his
Yeah, but
injury,
he was great in college. Everybody makes it though.
Hill was
Some
still good
bigs.
after his injury. He wasn't
See,
as good, but he was still good.
That's another good
Everybody
subject
makes
about though, because if you just like, I see it now. Like a lot of it has to do with college too, or you're like overseas stuff. That's why I think Ginobili's gonna make it because this man is the only one that could get a gold medal, a Euro League championship, and a finals ring. He's topped in every side.
And
The sec the
he's
sec
sixth man of the year for how many times?
yes, but I'm saying
He's going to
like
get in.
he's getting in off that strength. But I can't even name someone else that's done that where they literally went to the second best league in the world, win, then he gets a gold medal that's non-USA, which is the bronze medal that LeBron got, and then comes in and is on a dominant team, even though they never repeated. But the Spurs always been a dominant team, and Ginobili's a household name down there.
Ginobili just made the Hall of Fame today.
League.
He just made the Hall of Fame today.
Really did.
Ginobili, first ballot. He just made it. Ginobili, he just made it today.
They announced it.
Yep.
Deserved. I think
Wow.
without the EuroLeague, he makes it. Like I said, the sixth man of the year. How many times? Like he was a dominant part of that force that they
Now
had for all
he's
those years.
now think about this because I know
Full of
your
sleepers.
answers. If he started all his career, because truthfully I think he should have started because Kobe gave his flowers to him too. Like if he would have just he took his role because he knew that he loved winning more than his individual stuff, right? But say he started all his career, right? Do you take his career or Klay Thompson's?
Nobody's.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Ginobili all day.
Look.
Not even a question.
This is my team. But that man Ginobili
Stop.
was something else, bro. Like the Euro step coming in, like so awkward how he played.
But the NBA, the European players, they're taking over. They actually took over already, and people just don't want to admit it.
Name it. Name the team, the players right now. Because you're right. You're
Look,
right.
you got Giannis, you got Luka, you got Joel Embiid, you got Jokic, you got Rudy Gobert, you got Pascal Siakam, you got Ben Simmons, you got Sabonis, Porzingis, Vooch.
Hey,
Like that's just
Ben Simmons. Why?
I love Ben Simmons, bro.
Look, I'm a fan of his too. We always agreed that if he came, like if he was in the right like team, he would be great too as well. But like
He
I
on
don't
the
get.
right team. He on
Yeah,
the
but
right team.
is he like is he really hurt or is he over here just chilling until the playoffs?
Now that somebody that work out with him on this podcast said that he's
Whoa.
working out with him. And he was saying that, Ben Simmons is like that. People don't like he can't shoot, but it's like more so like he plays so fast and it's hard to like play fast and shoot. A lot of players that play really fast, they can't shoot. Westbrook can't shoot. It's hard to like go that fast and then stop on a dime and shoot. Just stuff like that. But Ben Simmons, bro, he ain't gotta learn how to shoot.
He doesn't. He's dominant without it. Now imagine if he does. This is exactly the same conversation I had about Giannis when people were laughing at his jump shot. Like, bro, you guys say that, right? But he's over here hitting triple doubles, over here killing without a jump shot. So imagine if he built that skill set to be a jump shot shooter. You're not gonna mess with this guy no more because literally they had a YouTube clip where I was watching. I was like, this is ridiculous. Three to four dribbles from the rebound. It's already dunking on everyone, and no one, and the teams are still trying to get to the other side of the court. He's already doom, 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 bam, dunking like it's crazy. Ben Simmons to me could do the same exact stuff. I mean, he ain't no Giannis, but he has that same traits. Like,
Giannis top 2 players in the NBA.
you ain't got to convince me. You ain't got to convince me with that. I was always an advocate for him. But so who's number one? You gonna argue it?
So this is my personal opinion. I think KD is better than Giannis, but Giannis has a bigger motor, and Giannis is just like he's just super aggressive. So he just works harder than KD, I think. So but I think as an overall skill, KD is the best player in the NBA, but Giannis works the hardest. So
and that was another thing too that I was talking to a friend here for a drum.
No, KD is the best player. Like, bro, sorry. You see how other his peers talk about him? Everybody says KD is the cheat code. Everybody go on JJ Redick podcast when they bring up KD. Like, it's just different, bro. Like, he's 7 foot. What can he do? He has no weaknesses.
Yeah, I mean, I always agreed on that. Well, that's because he played for my team, but still, I agreed on that too. But to go to that next subject about playing harder, right? I always saw that about those players that come from non-American areas because it's pop culture here for American players, right? So when you have players come from different countries, they're already like mind focused on just trying to be the best player ever, right? Like I can even say Kobe's overseas. Like he grew up in Italy most of his time, besides Philly. These guys come in to America where America's all pop culture, they have their shows and whatever, like they're just showing out and stuff. While these kids are over here in the gym just chilling, you see Jokic. Like, man, y'all remember those fantasy leagues when I was like, I cannot believe they're not drafting Jokic right now. But we never knew he was going to be like this MVP caliber. But it's because of stuff like what you just said. Like they work harder. Like they know they're not American, so they don't know all of the American culture to be in strip clubs all like that. Man, he's nasty, bro. He's nasty.
I like his game though.
Who you got?
Be honest. Let's be honest about Joker's game's boring.
And he's about to be the MVP.
Tim Duncan game was boring.
Absolutely. I was going to say that it doesn't matter as long as you win, right? It doesn't matter. But watching him is boring. It's great
No, I like that.
from a basketball.
He's the
It's
best
great from
passer
a
big man
basketball.
ever.
Absolutely, it's great from a basketball standpoint just to understand the game and understand what he's doing. But watching, just to watch it, is boring. It just
Not
is what it
it
is.
all hey, it's all depending on who's watching because like I've always told you, the way I watch basketball, I'm literally watching like the person without the ball. And
Absolutely.
every time I watch a Nuggets game, I'm not watching Jokic with the ball at the top of the key. I'm watching it like everyone else to see where the dime is coming from. And he surprises me every time. Like, oh, there go that back door. No, he didn't go to the back door. He hit the corner. I'm like, man, that's what makes him amazing. But my question is,
That's not
who do
wrong.
you have, Jokic or Embiid, if it was them two for the MVP? Tough, right?
It's not tough because I think most people want to admit this. Like I want Embiid to win it because he ain't won it yet.
Right.
He played
Jokic
without
won
his
it.
second best player.
Now you can make an argument for Giannis, but then it's like, okay, he gonna win three out of the last 4 years. Like, okay, so Embiid, I don't know. I feel like the MVP race, the MVP vote is just storytelling and narrative driven. And Embiid even admitted, like, without Ben Simmons, like with the whole Ben Simmons situation, that's the reason he's in the MVP conversation.
Absolutely, and it's well deserved, right? Because your second best player, your guy, supposed to be the leader of your team, is out all season, and now it's all on you, and you're still winning. You're still doing what you're supposed to do. You're still dominating, right? And then they know it's you. The only option, we know it's you. Still doing what you're supposed to do. I agree with you. Narrative driven. He's supposed to win the MVP, right? Jokic deserves it, sure, but he's supposed to. Embiid's supposed to win it. It's just is what it
People are
is.
saying Jokic is the worst person ever win MVP. Like he's the
Say
worst player.
I told you because his game's boring. I told you. That's what it comes
It's
down
just
to.
because it's like, you won MVP because a lot of people got hurt last year, and they feel like he won it based off of that, not
I
because
won't go
he
with
was
that,
just
but
dominant. It's just like, all right, and then you got swept. So it's like, well, it's not. You got a gentleman sweep by the Lakers left. So it's just not that year, but it's just I don't know.
But
That's just like
it,
I
some.
got Embiid over Jokic just this year. Embiid's on some other stuff right now, and it's also because he's
James,
a dominant defender, like a real dominant defender.
his career is over because he got James Harden on his team. So
Oh, and what's his name is on there too? There, Dale Morey from the Houston Rockets too. They brought his ass over there
so
too.
it's a wrap. It don't matter. I just want to see them in the Nets. You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
all right. So I'm about to finish off this NBA topic right now, but premature finals predictions. You already know I always do this, and I'm always wrong, but I don't care. I'm like, man, how many times? Remember when we was in Japan? I used to always bring the Clippers and Celtics up all the time. Bro, I still got faith for the Celtics, man. They up there. Jason Tatum, my boy.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm gonna talk about the Celtics. Yeah, you've
I
been
got
that Jerry
I'm on
West fan.
drugs.
I got I got Suns versus the East. I'm gonna let you know the East is just crazy. Like if you
It
look at the
is.
standard,
It
it's
is.
a pick 'em up. But you know what? This is what I want to see because it's my boy Kyrie, man. I got Suns versus Nets. That's what I want to see.
that's where I was leaning. That's where I was leaning.
Suns and Nets.
Suns and
Kyrie
Nets.
won, so I
I think
fuck
the
with him.
Suns get back. I think the Suns get back, and then Kyrie's back full time. I think the Nets make a nice run. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm biased today, and I'm also thinking money, right? So what better money are you going to revenue in than KD against his old team, who's fully healthy this year? About it, I got my war. Listen. I got my Warriors versus Nets. You can disagree all you want. I get it. That's my premature prediction. Okay, but hey, I read something too because you know how the Nets they're not playing like the Nets right now, and it makes sense to me now. They're trying to get one of those visitors a heavy schedule so they can have Kyrie for majority of the round.
Kyrie's back.
Back. They
So
lifted him.
fully? Okay, so I read that wrong then.
They
That
lifted
probably
him.
was
He
late.
back.
Now, what people don't understand is Kyrie, if they play the Raptors, he can't play in Canada.
So maybe wait. What's the Raptors ranking right now?
See real quick.
You see my boy Fred Van Fleet. He been killing for me in fantasy. And guess what? In fantasy, I'm in the finals again. I'm probably gonna lose because I'm going against Mets, and he got a squad right now. They should be like at least 6 or
The
7.
Raptors are no, they're ahead of the Bulls. What are they?
Oh man, I
The
don't
Raptors are
remember.
the six. No, they the 6th seed. They the 6th seed.
That's what I thought.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so I mean, I'm going Warriors Nets again. That's my final answer. And then once my Warriors lose, then I'll shut up. But the Nets for sure out the East we all agree on. So
I
we
mean,
gonna
but part of me wants. I want Memphis to make it too in my heart, but I think they. I don't think. I think they're too young.
they're exciting though. That team is
Yeah,
exciting.
they
I
are.
love
But
I love
they could
the
easily
team.
lose in the first round. They could
I
easily lose in the first
love
round.
that team. Well, that's good experience for them. All right, so I'm about to change it up now. We're going straight to our last subject, right? We're gonna go into the NFL. All right. A lot of the offseason acquisitions. I want to see how y'all feel about where everyone went. So go ahead, vote. I want to start with you because you're real NFL heavy. I know your Packers ain't really do much. My Niners ain't do much either. At least you kept A-Rod. So go ahead and talk to me about how you feel about these acquisitions.
I think the biggest acquisition this offseason is with Cleveland. I think we're going for Deshaun. They finally got a real quarterback. Do whatever he want to do. But listen to me. We went and signed that man Amari Cooper, which lost OBJ. They need to sign another one receiver. They went and got Amari Cooper.
Jarvis Landry
They got
gone too.
Deshaun. He a free agent still, so there's still time about him returning. There's still a lot of talk.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is Cleveland's biggest downfall the last forever in their entire since the merger. Problem has always been quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Always. I've been a big advocate ever since Baker's rookie year. The boy is garbage. I've been saying it since his rookie season when he took Tyrod Taylor's
Don't
spot.
tell Skip Bayless that.
I'll tell whoever wants to hear it that that boy is garbage. Now they got Deshaun. They become a real threat in my opinion. The defense is still intact. Offensive line is still good, and they still got them two-headed monsters in the backfield. That's important.
Damn, I'm
Extremely
about to sound like a hater. I'm about to sound like a hater.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Hater all you want, dog.
I just feel like the Deshaun Watson hype is hype. So hype. Like I know he's a good quarterback, but people saying, he's top 3. Like, was he
Basketball.
winning in Houston? Was he
Yeah.
winning in Houston?
Yeah,
Yes.
he was in the was he in the AFC Championship? Yeah or no? Was he? No.
No, he wasn't in the AFC Championship. No, but he was winning. Stick to
Yeah.
basketball.
He
Wait,
lost
no,
to the Chiefs on the way
And how far
or
has he ever
something.
made in the playoffs in Houston? How far has he ever made it?
I don't want to hear it. Well, stick to
I'm
basketball.
asking
Hey,
you. What? I'm just asking you. He's a great quarterback. What has he done prior to being in Cleveland that warrants he's going to take them to the promised land?
okay, so
Because
all
they're
right.
good.
Yeah, so I'll
So
tell you like this.
they're the quarterback.
I'm gonna go with
bro.
vote. Yes, no. So look, I'm gonna go with vote on this, right? The Houston Texans, any of the teams Watson was on, cannot compare to what the Browns got right now, right? And I'm not. Yes, it's on paper, but majority of the team, it's about at least 80% are back. It's like they did get Amari Cooper. I mean, they lost Austin Hooper, but now they still have Joku. Then Peoples Jones is still there. They got the two-headed monsters like he was talking about, and I've always. And yeah, yeah, he left the Bengals to the Browns, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean T. Higgins. I meant what's the tight end's name? The tight end starts with I think you already said Njoku, right?
Yeah, Njoku. So you have them, right? And I've always preached like this team had at least the number 1 or number 2 offensive line, like period, like one of the best. So you give Deshaun Watson never had the number 1 or number He had freaking what's his name as a wide receiver, but his O-line was always trash. That's why you always seen him running around. He's getting protected this time. He has a better defense than anything the Texans ever offered him. I mean, he has a better situation, so I think he can carry them a little. It's gonna be hard though. AFC's heavy.
I want to ask you this: out of the AFC, him as a quarterback, where do you rank him? Because I don't even think he's top 3 in the AFC alone. And where do you rank the Cleveland Browns?
No. So he's not top. You already in the AFC. It's Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Russ. This is why the AFC is so heavy is because of the quarterbacks now. Because you got Mahomes, Russ. You have Lamar. I'm not naming them in order. You have Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. You have Derek Carr. I mean, I think Watson's better than Derek Carr. So after those 5. I think you would put him in that bottom 5 of the top 10. But you got to see the AFC is heavy because you put him in if you put him in the NFC, he's top 3 or top 4 because you got Aaron Rodgers and then like I can't even name the next one right now in the top of my head.
Matt Stafford.
Okay.
Brady.
Yeah, you got Matt Stafford on top.
Brady. All right, so that's 3. One after.
Yeah, Kyler Murray.
I don't know. I don't know about Kyler Murray.
Fuck
I
Kyler
like
Murray.
Kyler.
I don't know about him.
I like him.
I don't know about Kyler Murray. That man got depressed after a playoff game and freaking took all the Cardinals stuff off his social media for no reason.
Yeah. I mean, that was some punk stuff.
The biggest thing is though, Sean Watson got the biggest payday ever.
Guaranteed money for sure.
I just think that's the winner, right? Those signers, that's the winner of free agency, in my opinion. They did what they need to do. They got a real quarterback to finally match their talent. Because let's be honest, the Browns were a good team last year.
They just had a horrible quarterback.
They lost a lot of time. They lost a lot of games because of Baker. That boy is dog doo doo.
He's saying that's the winner. But people telling me Denver was already Super Bowl ready.
So
I don't know why they told you that.
No, but I see.
I don't know why they told you that.
Denver always had a good team. Like they just needed a quarterback too, just like the Browns. Bro, that defense is all right. So the weapons of offense.
Hold on.
The weapons of offense are nasty. Go ahead.
Man.
Hey, I'm gonna tag you in because I got to use the bathroom. So go ahead.
Here's the problem with that defense, right? Problem with that defense is this man ain't even in here no more, and I really don't want to keep talking about it because I want this man to hear what I got to say.
I don't know what
I'll let you
know.
know.
His mic was sounding all sketchy.
It was. But what I'm going to tell you, what I'm going to say is, at that time, their defense being quote unquote really, really good, they're all young, being projected to be good. They're not that good yet. Let's look at it this way, right? Let's talk about the Packers defense. What do we think about? We think about a top 5 defense in the league?
No.
Denver's got the same exact defense as the Packers. Stats for stats, they're the same. Well, so
you're right.
No,
I mean,
I've already compared it because I've had this argument with someone at work who is a Denver's fan, trying to tell me Denver had a better defense than the Packers. I said, okay, let's look it up. Stats for stats, the same defense. So what are we talking about?
So do you think Patrick Mahomes gonna fall off? How you think Patrick Mahomes gonna do? Since he got his
it's gonna be just fine. They signed Juju and they signed the second. Who else? They signed Valdez. They're gonna be fine.
Because I watched the interview. I watched the interview with T.O. recently. T.O. for whatever reason, he's the only person I've ever heard say this. He was raving about Tua.
It's your coach. That's all I have to say.
You say what?
All right, so
I'll leave it there.
I left, right? And I'm trying to figure out how did Patrick Mahomes and all right, but like how did Patrick Mahomes and Tua get in the same conversation right now?
Because
we was waiting for you to get
Tyreek. Tua got Tyreek.
But we was waiting for you to come back and talk about Denver.
Hey.
Right? So I already said it, but I want you to hear it, right? Denver defense, right? Everybody's raving about how good they are, right? So is the Packers defense top 5?
Mm.
Denver and Packers got the same defense, stat for stat.
Who?
Get up. Packers and Denver, their defense is identical. Yards per game, turnovers, sacks, tackles for loss, everything is the same.
Are the defense the same going into next season? Y'all lost a lot of those key players. The Smith, he went to the Ravens.
Darius, who only played 1 game last year.
Okay, what did your defense do in the playoffs this year?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying everybody's raving about how good Denver's defense is, but when we talk about the Packers defense, who stat for stat the same type of defense, we're not talking about how good they are.
Right. So what did the Packers do last year in the regular season with that defense?
So Denver's
they
defense
still went
projected to be good because they're young. Doesn't mean they're gonna be.
Bro, they picked up to be on the opposite side of Chubbs for pass rush. I gotta look this up because they picked up. They're looking at Tyrann Mathieu because he's still out there to be back there with Justin Simmons.
A lot of talks.
Right. And then now offensively they have a 3-headed monster for Russ. He ain't never had a 3-headed monster up there in freaking Seattle.
He headed.
Oh no, wait, they gave up somebody, huh?
All they have is Jerry Judy. Who's the other receivers? I don't even know
Oh,
who they
you
are.
are tripping, bro. If you think, hold on, I don't know the names at this time. Hold on, but
Who? But Allen
time out.
Fields. Who?
I don't know their names at this time, but they had three nice receivers. They better than whatever he had besides DK out there. Tyler Lockett. Okay, you know
Okay.
what? I'll give you
For
Tyler Lockett.
Russ. Okay, for Russ. I'll agree. They're better receiving options for Russ. They're not good. Jerry Judy, and that's it.
Cortland Sutton is another one. I take Cortland Sutton too as well. You laughing at Cortland Sutton,
Yeah.
but
That man,
yeah,
he's been in the
Valley
league
Chubbs.
how many years? He's been in the league, 7
Oh,
years.
they got that pass rusher from the Cowboys, Randy Gregory, on the opposite side. So they got their pass rush. Not only that, DJ Jones, y'all might not know who he is, but I was heartbroken when he left because he was our best nose plug. He was our nose tackle, like straight up. Like he'd take the double team for all our pass rushers going. He's gone. He went over there. So their defense is still looking. You already know.
They're bad. I'm not
No,
saying they're bad. I just don't
I'm
think they
not.
become. I don't think they become Super Bowl contenders right away just because of what they've. I don't think that. I think there's
Bro,
still too many holes in the team.
the only reason
Especially
why
because
I
of the conference
agree.
they're in.
Yes,
Because of the conference
exactly.
they're in.
Exactly what you was
Come
gonna
on,
say.
guys.
So how do y'all feel
I
about you
mean, for
guys'
me to say there's
Go ahead.
good. I'm just saying to say they're Super Bowl contenders right off the bat in the conference they're in is outrageous to me. Not that good of a team, in my opinion. I mean, that's
I can almost say that this division, the AFC West, right? To me, hands down on paper is the best. They're all going to have winning records, and one of them is not going to make it. And I think
fair. That's
if
fair.
if I look at them, I think it's going to be the Raiders. The Raiders are going to be at the bottom. I feel like it's going to come down to their quarterbacks, which I believe Justin Herbert's way better than Derek Carr. Russ is Russ, and then Pat Mahomes is y'all. I should even explain who Pat Mahomes is.
I think it depends on coaching, and I think the same problem I had in Miami, first year coach with McDaniels, not McDaniels.
No, I'm talking about just the NFC, the AFC West by itself.
Yes, I know. I'm talking about Oakland.
Oh
They
yeah,
hired that coach first year. I think you same thing with Miami down there. They have a really good team on paper. In order to plug that in correctly, you got to have correct coaching, right? And that's the biggest thing with Tua, right? I know I've seen you share something about how he's been getting disrespected. Absolutely, he's been in the league 3 years, 2
2 years.
years now.
He's going in his third.
On his third year, and this is his third head coach.
Man, that's a lot of players.
Coaching.
That's
Speaking of
tough.
coaching, the GOAT came back because he sent that coach upstairs.
Absolutely, I love it.
He sent BA upstairs. They said BA was
Love
messing up everything. Him and Brian Leftwich should have a game plan, and BA could mess it up. Tom Brady told the owners of the Bucks, "I'm only coming back if you get rid of BA," and that's what they did. And now
I knew there was something happening because the family that owns the Bucks went to wherever Brady was overseas.
the Glazer family. Yep.
Yes, so they went and talked
overseas.
So I'm thinking like they're talking about him possibly getting traded somewhere, right? But this was probably obviously the news. Like, you need to get this coach out of my face.
The Tom Brady super fan Skip Bayless, said Tom Brady first he wanted to go back to your home team for a second go round. It was like, y'all didn't want me 2 years ago. What's good now? The Shanahans, whatever, they still wasn't with it. And then he wasn't go to Miami, they said.
Yeah, that was the real one.
Before the whole Brian Flores thing happened. And if he would have went to Miami and with Tyreek there, that would have been a whole other crazy thing.
But that's the thing is Miami, the reason why he would have went there is because my team is blind for the third time. We didn't draft him. We didn't take him in 2019. And now we're not taking him this year for a rental. And the only reson why I think he's going to...
Y'all want the credit.
Yeah, I don't even want to speak on the Niners right now. But the Niners... they have an offensive coordinator, so they're gonna have that same playbook there, which is Tom Brady. Like, he was reported to say, I want to play under that playbook because the way that playbook is set up, it's set up for aging quarterbacks. There's a lot of quarterbacks that can thrive. Look at Rich Gannon when he was with the Raiders going to the Super Bowl. He was almost 40. Jake Plummer with the Denver Broncos. I'm not naming like goats or anything, but when you get up in age, they cater that so that you can make sure that motherfucker wasn't going to get hit. And if Brady's going to be, 40, 41, going in, and you have all this speed around, and you have that mindset of what Kyle Shanahan runs, I think that would have been a match made in heaven in Miami.
They're not getting hit. Damn, Cincinnati
Period.
came up. Cincinnati came up.
Oh yeah, that's security.
Came up. They came up.
Just think about Joe Burrow. He had the
AFC is stacked.
third worst O line.
Now your prediction is right.
So let's talk about this. So like everyone watching, right? We had this. I'm glad you brought it up. We had this conversation. They thought I was stupid, right? But the way I was bringing it out.
Last year.
No. So I'm gonna explain myself now that we're on video. So my mindset was projected. Okay, it was a little bit about this year, but I was thinking like towards like this coming season. I was like, man, this conference is stacked, and I brought it up only during the AFC because I saw how like the teams are stacking up wins on one side. Because look at the NFC now, like they're only top heavy, and now they're even worse at the top. My San Francisco Niners didn't do nothing this year, and we're possibly gonna make the playoffs again. That's where we're at right now.
Y'all good though.
But we're in this little thing where, bro, I don't even want to talk about my team.
I got one of the best receivers. I got one of the best receivers in the NFL.
But
y'all bad because y'all don't have the quarterback y'all want, but y'all really not that bad.
It's but we haven't done anything to improve this year. We lost a lot of our good players. But back to the actual topic, yeah, they look good now. Y'all may like I was reading this all fall when we were playing. I was like, man, they're not getting what I'm trying to say. And then Vogt hit me. He's like, yeah, I understand. Like they're gonna be good in the future. And I was like, yeah, that's really what I meant. Like, so I'm talking.
You worded it incorrectly.
I worded it incorrectly, but I was like, you know what? I'm about to die on this hill. Fuck it. I'm gonna die on this hill.
Yeah, you definitely died on the hill because we was firing your ass up for it. Because you said it last year.
The Super Bowl. You said it. Yeah. You knew what it was.
No, see,
to win again. That's my favorite team right now.
Oh, speaking of them, you see they picked up Bobby Wagner.
Jalen Ramsey was on the Pivot podcast.
Oh,
he showed love to D-Bo, and he put D-Bo like number 3 receiver in the NFL. But yeah, Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald, my 2 favorite players. So
Aaron Donald's been my favorite player. Y'all know this, bro. He's doing it for us people at 6 feet, like freaking 285 pounds. Jack, I'll be watching his workouts. I'm like, what? I need to get there. Like he's yoked.
You can't. That's natural, bro. That's something the guy gave him, bro.
No, for real. Because if you see him in Pittsburgh, he was just a big stub, fat dude that had a little muscle. Then once he got the science behind it with his nutrition, that's when you got what you see now. Is because he was already like big. He was in 300s, and then when he got his diet and his nutrition, his lifestyle down, because I follow him on YouTube like heavy, and I watch his stuff, and it's like, man, that's where it's at. Because I won't get that big. 280. He's 285, and I don't even want to ask what his body fat percentage is.
With a 6-pack.
Thought he was going to retire. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh,
nothing else to prove. I really thought that was.
What you think about Bobby Wagner?
I think he would have did it.
What you think about Bobby Wagner being be a part of the Rams?
Nice pickup,
bro. I'm mad because I thought he was going to come through.
He passed his prime, but it's a good pickup.
They need that. Well, shoot, with having Aaron Donald there, I think it'll match up well because he's going to take all the pressure for him.
Same thing with the Von Miller situation. Yep, exact same situation.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. You look like you about to say something.
OBJ back. They getting OBJ back.
They haven't
They haven't signed him yet.
They haven't because they picked up another receiver.
He's gonna be on another prove it deal.
There's a lot of swirls and whirls and twirls. That man and Landry coming to the Bay. You know that, right?
To the Bay. To y'all?
Bay.
Yeah, don't say the Bay. You better put green in front of that.
Bay. Yeah, I don't have to put nothing in front of it. He coming over there to play with old Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
I like it. That's a good fit.
Left the best thing that happened to him.
We're gonna be fine.
Y'all want to talk about predictions? Y'all need to admit on this podcast, I was 1 out of 2 with the Packers, just telling you who was going to the Raiders. Devontae Adams. He went to his best friend's little house. And yeah, Aaron Rodgers stayed. But still. What?
Told you if Rodgers wanted out, it is punk ass to Oakland for Carr, because then Adams would stay because he wanted to play with him, right?
Right.
Said that.
Yeah, and the Raiders was one of the places he was about to end up going to anyway.
Aaron decided he wanted to stay, so we sent Devontae instead. He wanted to play with Carr. We offered him a bigger contract. He turned it down.
Did you?
What,
I didn't know that.
We turned it down. He turned it down because he wanted to play with Derek Carr. You say hi?
Look at the junior. What's up? We got a special guest here right now. The
Don't
GOAT.
become a Packers fan, man.
No, you better not, dog.
You can still
Chicago.
save them. You can still save them.
Okay.
It's not too late.
Hey, mommy, I'll be out there in a second. Go with mommy. Just go out there with mommy for a second. I'll be back.
Man,
Aaron Rodgers wanted to get paid, man. He wanted to get paid, man. Y'all ain't about to win nothing.
We'll be all right.
You ain't gonna win
It's
nothing.
that time. It's time for me to do my daddy duties, man.
yeah, I was about to close it up. Look, this is cutting it right now for my first episode. I have my boy D.Walker here, my boy T.Vogt. Hey, they're gonna be they're gonna be on a lot of my podcasts if I don't have guests on, so we can start talking smack. I it took me 40 minutes to figure this out, but I got it. So
Sure.
y'all say
Forward to
goodbye,
that next one.
and then we're gonna talk. Hey, Vogt, you're gonna be there. The next one's gonna talk
I'll
about
see you soon.
we have
See
a
you
wrestle.
soon.
It's WrestleMania week, so we're gonna be talking about the whole matchup and everything and what we think's gonna happen. So y'all, I'll see y'all later.